Great to be here, Vikas. Thanks for having me. It's a hard question because there's a lot that goes in, but I'll synthesize three things that I see in most common success stories, right? So I think as a venture investor, we are excited about really large outcomes, things that can shape the economy, shape financial services. What's the next HDFC bank of tomorrow? So I think the biggest kind of top of mind thing is market size. So if it works, will this be a really, really large company that you build? I think the second big thing is financial services is a large pool. So TAM usually is not so much of an issue, but what is your right to win? So is there, some differentiated solution you have? Is there innovation in how you're distributing? Do you understand the rules of the game, and can you find a way to win them? So if you look at any startup that's come up, you look at let's take InsurTech and Accel, which is in our portfolio. They found a very clear right to win because they were one of the few people going direct to the consumer. So they were able to save a lot of the intermediary costs that were otherwise in the value chain and pass on that benefit to the customer. A very strong reason for them to exist. So what is really your right to win? And I think third, like definitely last but not the least, is the team. Is the team the right team to build this? What is your unfair insight into the space? And more importantly, entrepreneurship is very hard. So I know we talk about it in a very positive light always, but it's a very hard and lonely journey. So does the founder, the founding team, does he or she have that grit to really stick it out through the ups and downs that come? I think there's a nice quote. I think Edison or someone said that, I haven't failed. I just found 10,000 ways in which this doesn't work. I can talk through many entrepreneurs in history that created spectacular companies. There's a company called Dyson, which some of us may have used the vacuum cleaner. That the Dyson founder James Dyson iterated some 5,217 times before he made the perfect vacuum cleaner in his mind. So I mean, just to think of the kind of persistence. So I think honestly, I think startups fail for many various reasons. It's easy to find success. Successful companies have common threads, but failure happens for many reasons. I think the biggest one that I kind of regret is usually when the founder gives up, and it's a very subtle balance. When do you iterate? When do you pivot? When do you maybe do something else altogether versus just keep at it? But I think persistence is something I really value, and often maybe the second thing beyond just the founders, which are important element, is market timing. So we'll see many businesses today that have failed historically, but in the next 10 years, maybe that's going to be the biggest company of the future. So getting that market timing right is super important as well. And then of course, in a financial services context, are you in the right tailwind, both from a timing, as I mentioned, but also regulatory point of view becomes really important. So I can keep going. There are many, unfortunately, 9 out of 10 startups fail. So I also want to remind that, look, it's okay if something didn't work. Try again, try in something new if that was not the right market. But there's after every successful founder has had some failure in the past. So you're not alone.